Okay, so in my last video, I talked about, what I'm putting into my Book of Shadows. And the first thing I said was, in the Book of Memories, your personal stats. So I'm going to talk about what I mean by that. And the first thing is, of course, your magical name. Now, some of you may not have a magical name yet, or you may be on your 5th or 6th magical name, or maybe searching for your magical name. I don't know. I've had several, including mostly variations of spider, because I feel akin to spider medicine, the spider totem. One way that you can get a magical name is by doing some research into Native American totems for animal names, or if you feel a certain affinity toward a tree or flower or some aspect of nature, that's a good way to go. Metal, stones, all of that is good. Dreams can sometimes reveal your magical name. I have a power name that I haven't told anybody but my husband, and it came to me in a dream. It's the warrior aspect of my religion, and so it's my warrior name. And someday I hope to get the tattoo that was also in my dream that kind of goes along with my name. But I'm going to talk about how I came to my magical name, which is my public magical name, Spider Paradigm. When I was in middle school, I went outside one day, and there was this huge, beautiful spider spinning a web on the edge of our porch. And it was big and beautiful and black and yellow. And I watched that spider the entire time it was there, and then it finally built its egg nest and died. But while it was there, I took pictures of it. Every day I went out there and I just looked at that spider and watched it, and I just loved it. It was just so beautiful. And then I kind of forgot about it. Every now and then I'd be going through my pictures and I would see the picture of the spider and be like, oh, that thing was so beautiful. And about a year later, I got this place on my foot, and it wouldn't go away, and it was painful and itchy. And I went to the doctor, and he said that it was a spider bite, but it wasn't like a poisonous spider bite, so I would be fine. And he told me a really great remedy that I still use to this day on almost any kind of insect bite. Spiders, mosquitoes, any kind of bug bite, ants, any kind of bug bite that swells up and is red and itchy. If you're not allergic, take an aspirin. Don't take it orally. Take it, wet it, put it on the bug bite, and then put a bandage over it, and it just draws, even like a brown recluse or a black widow spider bite, it just draws the venom out. I had a friend who got bitten by a brown recluse, several actually, and she had to keep getting more and more tissue cut out because the tissue was dying, and she would have to go back to the doctor like every week and get more tissue cut out, and it just wasn't healing, and I told her about an aspirin, and she put it on and cleared it up. And I knew a guy who he did not go to the doctor for anything, and he got a black widow spider bite, and it was horrible. And everybody was like, you need to go to the doctor, you need to go to the doctor. And he's like, I'm not going to any doctor, I don't trust doctors, and I'm not going to a doctor. And so I told him about aspirin, and he did it, cleared it up. So if you ever get a bug bite, aspirin's the way to go. But anyway, it's off topic. After that, I got bitten 3 more times by a spider, and I thought, I think spiders are trying to tell me something. So I started doing research on spiders. And in Native American beliefs, spider totem is the storyteller. So if you have spider medicine, you're more likely to tell stories. I tell stories all the time. It's how I relate to people, is by telling stories that I've heard or stories that I've lived. So I think I have a lot of spider medicine, and anytime I kind of start straying away from telling stories or writing like I know better than to do, I usually end up getting bitten by another spider. So spider likes to keep me on track. Paradigm. I guess the best way would be to define paradigm, but right now I don't have like an official definition. But a paradigm is kind of your view of the world. So when somebody is talking to you and you're just sitting there thinking, what in the hell are they talking about? It's because you don't have the same paradigm. Like, you know, somebody who is rabid Christian and they're just going around, you're going to burn in hell, you're going to burn in hell. That's their paradigm. Their paradigm is a world where, you know, if you don't accept Jesus, then you're going to burn in hell. And witches don't really live in that paradigm. We see the world as a continuation. Nature is, you know, where am I going with this? Anyway, you know, there's more than one God, and a lot of pagans that I've met don't really believe in a physical God. I do. I believe that the gods and goddesses did walk on this planet. Maybe some of them still do. I also believe that they're still out there somewhere. Maybe watching over us, I don't know. But I believe that they were just as messed up as we are. I don't believe that they were any better than us. Just immortal. But anyway, that's my paradigm. But I'm also I also have a talent for seeing things from other people's paradigms and for being able to look inside other people's paradigms and to shift my own paradigm when an outdated belief doesn't suit me anymore. A lot of people have a hard time with that because it's really hard to give up on your paradigm and say, oh, I was wrong and everything that I've believed and everything I've done up to this point is wrong and I have to change. People don't like to change that drastically. And so, yeah, that's my magical name, Spider Paradigm, and that's how I came to have that magical name, though. And I use it in my writing. I use it for anonymity. I use it because it is part of my medicine. And it really suits me. It suits me in a lot of ways. It suits me for almost everything I do, except for the more warrior aspect of my practice. And then I use my other name, which I'm not going to say, because in my more warrior aspect of my practice, I've kind of gotten away from lately ever since Bat almost died on me. I haven't been training and doing what I was doing to further the warrior aspect of my practice. But I'd like to get back to it. I guess that's all I have to say. So, do any of you have a magical name? And if so, what is your magical name? I mean, you don't have to tell me your power name. That's fine. But if you have like a magical name that you use in public or in ritual or in, within the craft, maybe outside of the craft, maybe you've changed your name legally. I don't know. If so, I'd love to hear about it. Put a response in the comments or, do a video response. But, yeah, that's kind of the first thing that you should put in your Book of Shadows. Some people are like, the first thing I have to put in my Book of Shadows is to dedicate it. And that's fine. And I'm going to do a dedication Book of Shadows video. But I think that putting in your name first is one of the most powerful things you can do to make a Book of Shadows your own. So that's all I'm going to do today, and I love you guys, and blessed be.